Hello, welcome to VidhuLaw Neethi. Today we are going to learn about a very important topic, that where should we file the case, that is what a provision relating to the place of suit under Code of Civil Procedure. We are going to through section 15 to 20 step by step. These rules tells us which court to approach and which area depending on which type of disputes. We'll see how the law decides based on the value of case, the location of property, where the parties live, or where the dispute has happened. Let us learn in detail in next slide. Now let us see what all we will going to learn in section 15 to section 20. Section 15 relates to court in which suits to be filed. Section 16 suits relating to immovable property. Section 17 suits for immovable property situated within the jurisdiction of different courts. Section 18 place of institution of suit where the local limit of jurisdiction of the court are uncertain. Section 19 suits for compensation for wrongs to person or immovable. Section 20 other suits to be filed where defendant reside or cause of action arise. Now let us learn the section 15 and 16 in detail. Section 15 contains court in which suit to be filed. Means every suit shall be instituted in the court of the lowest grade of competent to try it. Means in simple term, the plaintiff must always file a case in the lowest level court that has the legal power to hear the case. Here, lowest grade means the lowest court in the jurisdiction hierarchy which has jurisdiction over the subject matter and the claim value. The purpose of this section says that to avoid the burden of the higher court with small matters, speed up the disposal of cases which related to the smaller courts can handle them faster. Cost efficiency than the lower court usually involves less expenses for parties. Orderly administrative for jurisdictions. Now let us go to section 16 that's so relating to immovable property. In these cases about immovable property like land, building, houses must be filed in the court whose local limits cover the property. It covers recovery of the property, partition of the property, mortgage enforceable, determining rights in the property, compensation for wrongs to immovable property. Now let me give the example for this. If you had a land in Mysore, you cannot file the case in the Bangalore. It must be filed in Mysore competent court only. Now let us learn section 17 and 18. Section 17 says that suits for immovable property situated within the jurisdiction of different courts. In simple, if the property in the dispute is spread over the area under different court, the suit may be filed in any court where a part of the property is located, provided that the court has jurisdiction for the entire claim value. Now let me explain in detail. Where the suit it has been obtained relief respecting or compensation for a wrong to immovable property situated within the jurisdiction of different courts, the suit may be instituted in any court within the local limit of whose jurisdiction any portion of the property is situated, provided that in respect the value of the subject matter of the suit, the entire claim is conjurable by such court. This means the court has authority to pass the decree on the claim. Now let me give the example for this. If a farm land lies a party in the district A and a party in district B, you can choose either district court, but the court you choose must be able to handle the total claim amount. Now let me go to next section, section 18. Place of institution of a suit where the local limit of the jurisdiction of court are uncertain. Means it is under which the court's area of the property falls into. A suit may be filed in either court that might have jurisdiction once the court recorded the uncertainty. Here in this there is a two provisions. Let me explain one by one. The first provision is where it is allied to be uncertain within the local limit of the jurisdiction of two or more courts. Any immovable property is situated any one of those courts may, if satisfied that there is a ground for the allied uncertainty, records a statement to be effect and thereupon proceed to entertain and dispose of any suit relating to the property, and its degree in its suit shall have the same effect as it is property where situated within the local limit of the jurisdiction, provided that the suit is one with respect to which the court is competent as records the nature of the value of the suit exercise jurisdictions. Provision 2, where the statement has not been recorded under subsection 1 and objection is taken before an appellate or revisional court, that a degree or a order in a suit relating to such a property was made by a court not having a jurisdiction where the property is situated, the appellate or a revisional court shall not allow the objection unless it is the opinion there was at the time of institution of the suit no reasonable ground for uncertainty as to court having jurisdiction with respect thereto, there has been a consequent failure of the justice. Now let me give the example for this. A plot lies near the disputed boundary between two districts. It's unclear which district it belongs to. You can find either district of the court in the two districts. Now let us learn the section 19 and 20 in detail. Section 19, suits for compensation for wrong to the person or immovable. Where a suit is for a compensation for wrong done to the person or a movable property, if the wrong was done within the local limit of the jurisdiction of one court and defendant resides or carries on the business or personally works for gain within the local limit of the jurisdiction of another court, the suit may be instituted at the opinion of the plaintiff in either of the said court. Example, if a person injures in a Delhi but lives in Mumbai, he can put a case on Delhi or a Mumbai. Now let us go to section 20. Other suits to be filed where defendant reside or a cause of action arises. The subject to the limitation aforesaid, every suit shall be instituted in a court within the local limit of the whose jurisdiction. A defendant or each of the defendant where there are more than one at the time of the commencement of the suit actually or voluntarily reside or carries on the business or personally works for gains, or any of the defendant where these are more than one of the defendant, provide that in such case either the leave of the court is given or defendant who does not reside or carry on the business or personally work for the gain or cause of action wholly or in part arises. Now let me give the example. A is a tradesman in Calcutta. B carries on the business in Delhi. B by his agent in Calcutta buys goods for A and requests A to deliver them to the East India Railways Company. A delivers the goods according to in Calcutta. A may sue for B for the price of the goods either in Calcutta where the cause of action has arisen or in Delhi where B carries on the business. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.